Yo, and for the closing last chapter of BS and Redemption, I say I appreciate y'all so much for being um, online, and in tune, and tuned in rather to what's going on this BS and Redemption, and to break down the last chapter of this BS and Redemption is the numerology. The numerology of the Bible and the number 33, because Jesus died at age 33, and they say Masons say it's 33 degrees of masonry, and Illuminati and all this bullshit, you know. But truthfully, the true circumference of knowledge is 360 degrees. I mean, it's not 33 degrees in a circle. There's 360 degrees. And when you're exercising 360 degrees, you're tapping into that infinite study. You're tapping into that infinite receiver, and that infinite you. When you're exercising this 360 degrees of knowledge, and just how they say we only use 10% of our brain. When you begin to access, that other, when you begin knowledge of self, when you begin truly seeking and understanding knowledge of self, beginning meditating, studying, researching, educating yourself, and opening yourself up to this new world. you know um, you really find the whole infinity, and ultimately it's an achievement of peace. It's an achievement of peace that really is beyond comprehension, and it's truly tough to put in words. So when I break down the numerology, which this is just a little study that I've done, because I just ran into this just studying the Bible, and just doing the and really going through the ringer, you know, with my studies. I just ran up on this, and it's so crazy. But I say the number 33 in the Bible, very very important, and very interesting to point out the succession of the number 33. I just think this is very interesting. You know what I'm saying? How Jesus, like, of course, Jesus died at the age 33. Genesis 6:15. It talks. It says the length of the ark was 300 cubits and a height of 30 cubits. Which is 333. 330 cubits. And well, 330 cubits. I said 333. My bad. Now, Genesis 46:15. You know, Genesis 46:15. All of the souls of his sons and daughters were 30 and 3. You know, all of the souls of his sons and daughters were 30 and 3. It's like, how? What do you mean? All of the souls of his sons and daughters were 30 and 3. Jesus died at 33, so it's crazy. Exodus 6:18. The years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. 133 years. Some of it is 33, man. Leviticus 12:4. And he shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 30 and 3 days. Oh, my bad, I'm sorry. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 30 and 3 days. 3 and 30 days. I'm sorry, 3 and 30 days. But just the 30 and the 3, Numbers 31 and 38. Numbers 31 and 38. Yeah, 3 score and 12. The bees were 30. The bees were 30 and 6,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 3 score and 12. Which the Lord's tribute was 3 score and 12. Yeah, Numbers 31 and 36. It continues to say the 300,000, 30,000, 33. 3 3. Numbers 31 and 43. You have another 3 3. The 300,000, 30,000, 3 3. Again. First Sam. First Sam 11 through 18, 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000, 300, and the men of Judah 30,000, 3 3. Once again, you know. Second Sam chapter 5, verse 5. In Hebron he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem he reigned 30 and 3 years over Israel and Judah. In Hebron he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months. In Jerusalem he reigned 30 and 3 years over all Israel and Judah. 30 and 3 years. 2 Sam 23 and 13. And 3 of the 30 thief, and 3 of the 30 chief went down and came to David. Went down and came to David in the harvest time unto the cave of Adam. Hold on now, let me make sure that's 2 Sam 23:13. Let me make sure right quick for you. 2 Sam 23:13. Yeah. Then 3 of the 30 chief men went down at harvest time. Then 3 of the 30, 3 and 30, then 3 of the 30 chief men went down at harvest time and came to David at the cave of Adonai. And the troop of the Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim. and go down to verse 23. Go down to verse 23. This is still in Second Samuel chapter 23. Go down to verse 23 now. Go down to verse 23. It says he was more honored than the 30. He was more honored than the 30, but he did not attain to the first 3. And David appointed him over his guard. So 30 and 3. Once again, it's like, what, really? First Kings 2:11 gonna have another instant where it says, once again, First King chapter 2 verse 11. It's again gonna talk about Hebron and how he reigned over Judah. How he reigned over Israel and Judah for 30 and 3 years. The Temple of Solomon, the Temple of Solomon. The Temple of Solomon was just like, the Temple of Solomon was 60 cubits and a height of 30 cubits. 33. The Temple of Solomon 60 cubits and a height of 30 cubits. Very interesting. Very interesting. And you can look that up. I forgot exactly which book the Temple of Solomon is in, but that'll be easy for you to find, the Temple of Solomon. But it was 60 cubits and 30 cubits, 30 and 3, 33, Second Kings verse 18 and 14. The king of Assyria appointed unto Hezekiah the king of Judah 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. 33. The 3 3. First Chronicles 3 and 4. First Chronicles chapter 3, verse 4. These 6 were born to him in Hebron. There he reigned 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years. Another 33, First Chronicles chapter 3, verse 4. Let's turn to First Chronicles chapter 29. See what else we find. First Chronicles chapter 29. All these 33s. All these, wow. When you look up the number 33, and I remember my partner said, something very interesting, because, if you flip the threes around, you can get the infinity symbol, and I think that's a very, very interesting take. You flip those threes and you can get the infinity symbol, First Chronicles 29, verse 27. First Chronicles 29, verse 27. In the period that he reigned over Israel was 40 years. 7 years he reigned in Hebron, and 33 years he reigned in Jerusalem. In 33 years he reigned in Jerusalem. Okay. And let's go to First Chronicles 11, right quick. First Chronicles 11. Another instant of 33. First Chronicles 11, verse 15. Now 3 of the 30 chief men went down to the rock to David, into the cave of Adullam, in the army of the Philistines, and encamped the valley of Rephaim. Rephaim. Now you see, just like I told you, so many times in the Bible, so many times you're gonna get, Jesus saying the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing 30 times, two, 3 times, several times. So it's like you ain't even have to have this many pages in the Bible. That's why it's really a brain changing for everyone. A real mind game for everyone. 3 of the 30 captains went down to rock David. In verse 25. Indeed, he was more ardent than the 30, but he did not attain to the first 3, and David appointed him over his guard. Saying the same thing again with the 30 and 3. Yes, and also, just breaking down the 12, Genesis 17 and 20, Genesis 17 and 20, I don't know if I broke that down all the way, but the 12 princes shall he would get, and I would make him a great nation. 12 princes, talking about the 12 princes, in Jesus 25:16, saying those 12 princes were the sons of Ishmael, Genesis 35:22, says now the sons of Jacob were 12. Genesis 42:13, the serpents are 12. The servants are 12 brethren, and the sons of one man. As I broke down, the whole complex of 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night, 12 disciples, 12 months, kindergarten through the 12th grade, so many instances of 12, so many instances of 12. And it's all, talking about those 12 tribes, and, how Exodus 24:4 says Moses built an altar under the hill with 12 pillars for the 12 tribes of Israel. Very interesting as well. So the numerology, very interesting. Numerology is very interesting. Just how Revelation it said, she had, the sun over her head, a crown of 12 stars, and, the moon under her feet. Just that 12. So interesting as well to break down, you dig?